everyone, Becky Lander here. Welcome to Make Money Monday. Hope you're having a wonderful start to the week. I'm excited to be with you here this morning. And if you can read the title, believe it or not, I know I'm talking holiday. And I know it's early September. But the big question is it too early to start talking about holiday promotions, holiday sales, holiday drops if you have new products dropping? So as you're popping in, say hello. Let me know where you're joining us from. Let us know your business and let us know if and when your holiday products are dropping. I want to hear in the comments because I've heard from a few of you that holiday is dropping for you like today. I've heard today for some people. I've also heard October 1st from a few people. So I'm curious if your company is dropping holiday promotions. When do they arrive? Super curious to hear. Let me know what company you're joining with. And if we have not yet met, Becky Lander, I'm CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller, as well as Oh My High. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about Oh My High and how you're able to use that as really your holiday hub. But as you were popping in, say hello. We'd love to hear from you. I hope everyone had a great weekend over here. Oh, it was action packed. We had so much fun. We went to Savannah Bananas, which I was super excited for, something we've been looking forward to for a little while. And it finally got those tickets. They came to San Diego. We went to the game on Saturday night. And I kind of feel like our whole family is still in recovery mode, to be honest. So we had 2 baseball, softball games yesterday. Lots going on. Everyone was dragging their feet this morning. That is for sure. Getting out the door, getting to school was a little bit of a struggle, but it was such a fun weekend. It was totally worth the early morning, maybe a little case of the Mondays that we had over here. So, all right, let's talk holiday today. I'm going to pull this up and make sure we're sharing it to all of our groups. We got all kinds of things going on. We should be live on Instagram today. I feel like and Karen's there. Hey, Karen. I feel like my connection to Instagram the last couple of weeks has not worked, but it did today. So that's great news. We are also live on the business page. I'm going to go ahead and share that into our 2 groups. We got Heidi on this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you. And Robin. Okay. Robin says her holiday goodies are going to start dropping October 1st and November 1st. So it sounds like 2 different drops happening there. So you guys will have to let me know about yours. And then if you're hanging out with us on Facebook, I am going to go ahead and share this into our 2 groups. We have our Modern Direct Seller Tribe, your spot to grow your direct sales biz, totally free group. Pop in there, say hello. We have training that lands in that group each and every day. And then we also are going to pop this into our Modern Direct Seller Academy, which is our incredible community group. All right. So holiday. It's not too soon. We're gonna go there. I know. I haven't even thought about Halloween yet, but we're going there. So I want to talk a little bit about just how you can do some things now to set yourself up for success when people are thinking about gift giving or purchasing products related to the holidays. I think sometimes we wait until like the week before Black Friday. And then we start thinking, oh, like, I don't know what my company's doing. I got to add in a little something. I want to do something special. So I want to encourage you to start thinking about holiday now, which I know feels super, super early, but we're not going to be doing a ton with it quite yet here in September. But it's okay to kind of sprinkle in a little bit of content here and there. Who knows? You may have some followers that are early shoppers. We just talked about this in our mastermind last week, and shout out to Mary Sarah because she told me that she is done with her holiday shopping already. So some people do start that shopping process very, very early. So as you're beginning to get holiday products in or start thinking a little bit about teasers or things that you can share related to holiday, this is a great time just to maybe once a week, drop a little hint, like ask people, have you started your holiday shopping? Are you thinking about holiday shopping? Or dropping in some teasers to get people in the mood for holiday. So especially if you have products that are coming and you can tease, hey, what do you think we're going to have any gift sets for the holiday? What would be on your wish list for the holidays? That would be a great one to ask. Maybe you drip some trending audio in. It's beginning to feel a lot like, I know it's so early. It's hard to even say that. But a couple things to just kind of start sprinkling it into your content strategy here in September. But the other things that you can do beyond, asking your followers what they're looking for, ask if they started thinking about holiday, teasing some of those holiday drops that you have coming. But you can also start planning what you're going to be doing for Black Friday. And a little spoiler alert, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, we have a podcast episode it was so much fun to record. And I brought an incredible guest on that specializes in Black Friday sales, discounts, deals to help you maximize your profits for Black Friday. And she shared a couple things on that episode that got my wheels turning. You have to listen to the full episode when it drops, but we definitely talked about starting early. We also talked about testing different promotions. So if you start early, it gives you a little bit of room to say, okay, are people in to that gift with purchase? Or are people really excited to have, cash that they can, spend later? What is it that's really resonating with my audience so you can lock in that offer that you decide to run with over Black Friday? The other thing you can start doing is start planning some of your promotions. So I mentioned Oh My High at the start of this, and if you're using Oh My High, you can start getting ahead on your content for the holidays. So maybe you're going to be putting together a holiday gift guide. Maybe you're going to be putting together a series of blog posts all about gifts for certain audiences. A lot of that content you can start creating now. You can repurpose it as an email that you're also able to share during the holidays. But anything you can do to get a jump start on that today is going to save you time during the really, really busy season. The other thing that you can start thinking about now is what kind of holiday events are you planning on attending or being a vendor at? So maybe there's holiday craft shows, maybe there's fall festivals, maybe there's different kinds of boutique type events in your neighborhood that you might want to pop up at. Maybe you've done that in the years past. Maybe it's something new for you this year, but this is the time of year to start looking for those. So check out different schools in your area. Schools are back in session. See what they have coming up. Check in with different churches, community centers. Do a good search over on Facebook to see what is popping up. And don't be afraid to ask. Ask your friends, hey, what are the events that you don't miss every year? Are there any fun things you went to last year that you're going to go back to again this year? That's a great one. Also, if you have friends that are with other companies in your neighborhood that do a lot of vendor events, ask them, hey, what were your most successful holiday events last year? So that's if you're going to apply to be a vendor at these events, but you can also layer in where you're going to be popping up at this holiday season. So whether you're hosting your own open house where people can come and stop by, a sip and shop, so many fun ways to celebrate the holidays and invite people into your home, or pop up at a local storefront where you can do that as well. So those are a couple things to start thinking about now as you're planning out your holiday season. This is really kind of the beginning of fall and the start of that launch runway into the holidays, but it's not too soon to go ahead and get a jump start on that. And then the last thing is really, thinking about what your company is offering, or maybe what they've done historically. Sometimes you kind of have a good idea of like what they did last year is maybe, what they're going to do something similar to this year. And even though you might not have all of the details, I would start brainstorming and thinking about, if you want to sweeten the deal and if you want to layer something in or do something in addition to what your company is offering, this is the perfect time to start thinking about what that could look like. And even if you don't have all the details from your company, you can still think about what else you might be wanting to do. And so you can start planning that now. And so you're not in the middle of that hustle over the holiday weekend, because it'll be here before we know it. It's hard to believe, isn't it? So a couple of ideas for you as you are gearing up for the fall season. Lock in those events, map out your calendar, start dripping some teasers on social, especially if your company has new product that they're dropping. Let people know, right? We're always in retail working one season ahead of our customers. So even if you're not yet in the holiday mindset, you haven't got your first pumpkin spice latte of the season, that's okay, right? I'm still sipping my iced coffee over here. It's way too hot. Then you can kind of start teasing it. So when people are ready to start that shopping, ready to start thinking about gift giving, ready to purchase products specifically for the holidays, you are front and center for them. And I would leverage all your channels for it. Social media, email, your website, you name it. You want to show up in those places. Okay, last thing I want to mention, if you love this topic of Black Friday and can kind of like nerd out over holiday promotions with me, for all of our friends inside the Academy, and if you're not in the Academy, you're going to want to be, we have an incredible masterclass that is happening on October 7th. So I said the podcast episode is going to drop next Tuesday talking about holiday promotions. Then we're doing an interactive workshop happening October 7th. And you guys have been asking for me to bring in some guests into our community. So that is exactly what we're doing. We're bringing in experts all through the fall season to help guide you and support you as you're creating promotions or diving into something maybe you've never done before. So that's happening on October 7th. I'm really looking forward to that. And then the last little bit I wanted to drop here too is that we have officially opened up registration for our Oh My High Biz Beach Retreat. We have some incredible Oh My High affiliates that have earned this trip either for free or with a big discount. So if you are thinking about joining us, you're invited. It is in San Diego, happening between October 24th and 26th. Jeremy and I will both be there, and this is exactly the kind of content we're going to dive into. We're talking about promotions, we're talking about strategy, we're doing business planning together, we're going to be on the beach. It's going to be lovely. It's a great time of year. So if you have any questions on it, let me know. I dropped a link above this video if you want to take a peek. But yeah, the doors are officially open, but only for a couple of days. And we do need a minimum number of tickets sold to make it happen. And then we also have a maximum to make sure that it's still a very kind of intimate, fun group, and it doesn't get super overwhelming. So we would love to see you there. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll also be sending out an email to anyone that gets our emails later on today with all the details. So with that said, I hope you guys have a great week. I'm excited for you to start thinking about holiday. It is not too soon to talk about holiday. It is here. It is coming. So we'll be talking soon more on those details. But today you can at least get those wheels turning and start thinking about the promotions you're putting in place.